Hi there. Welcome to Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is The Q-Vault. In today's episode, we'll be talking about LGBT plus relationship. And to do justice to this very topic is not the person. I'm sure you can see already. Fransez, looking so beautiful and shining like the diamond. Welcome to Full Spectrum Podcast.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
All right, so let's meet you in person. Who is Fransez?
Fransez is a human being.
Okay.
Basically, Fransez works with children and young adults.
Okay.
Basic.
All right. Thank you very much, Francis. That is a human being. I think I should learn that Godwin is a human being. Abigail is a human being. Yeah, I think we should put that into context. Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Every other thing is like Zara, We're all human beings.
Okay.
Every other thing.
All right. So can you throw more light on LGBT relationship? We're going to be navigating through this. So let's understand what LGBT relationships are,
So LGBTQI plus relationships are almost like heterosexual relationships.
Okay.
LGBTQI plus persons have family members, they have friends, they have colleagues, they have neighbors who are either LGBTQI plus as well or heterosexual. So, like I said earlier, all the LGBTQI plus persons are those who are not all human.
Yeah. Okay. So in your line of experience, do you feel there are certain violations that are targeted to LGBT plus persons when it comes to relationship? It could be familiar, it could be in workspaces, it could be, in just their societal setting. Do you think there are specific gender-based violence targeted against these persons?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We live in a society where the word, LGBTQI plus just triggers lots of violence and, for people. And that's coming from the basis of religious beliefs.
Okay.
That being an LGBTQI plus person, means that you are not a sinner, but the sin itself, and that God condemns you and you're not valid, and you should not be accepted or allowed to breathe or be among people. So there's that violent perception already, and it puts LGBTQ plus persons in serious danger.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So let's move into relationships now, like proper relationship. We know that for my kind of person, I would prefer to go into a relationship with somebody that I know that is like-minded, yeah. And then because of certain things, or because of that, I do not want to lose a relationship. I might overlook a lot of things, which we call red flags, yeah. But on the long run, we see that these red flags are damaging our mental state, emotional state, and then it's beginning to sprout into gender-based violence. So now we're talking about intimate partner relationship here. I'm sure your line of experience, you've heard or seen or personally even experienced gender-based violence when it comes to intimate partner relationship. Can you shed more light on if you have heard stories or personal experiences and all of this?
Do you have enough handkerchief? So could.
Okay. I'll request for.
Yes, I have experienced intimate partner relationship and violence. I have also experienced all kinds of violence. It is always very sad or emotional talking about them. I think it's getting better. Over the years, there has been growth, there has been healing, complex feeling is so challenging. And most of the times, these things are coming from our beliefs. Yeah, even in the same-sex relationship, you have when the foundation is saying that somebody has to be ahead of the other person.
Okay.
Somebody has to call the shot. Somebody has to say, sit there, don't do this. If you do that, then this is going to happen. So there has to be a master and a slave kind of
Coexistence.
coexistence. Of course, there's going to be violence when the other person is wondering, why do I have to be lower than you are? So even in heterosexual relationships, you have such violence, happening every now and then, and I feel like the reason we have that is because of the existing foundational problems. It is a problem, of the mind that says that somebody has to be ahead of the other person, and when you feel like you're not over the other person, you want to bring them to where you want them to be, and you result into being violent with them so that you can make them either submit or do what you want them to do. But yeah.
So are there reasons why people even choose to violate somebody that you see you love? Yeah? Or violate somebody that you see you care about? Because to me, if I should do anything to somebody that I care about, then I'm doing it to myself, because I would definitely not be at rest. So why do people even violate, their partners, their friends to start with? Is there a reason why people do that?
I feel like most relationships are not based on genuine love. Most relationships start with some form of transaction. Like they're like, okay, this person is like this, okay, this person has this, or this person could do this for me. Okay, so it's not love per se, It's can I use the word selfishness, that is like the foundation of some relationships, a lot of relationships. And of course, if the foundation is shaky, it's going to fall.
Sure.
As time goes on. So love in itself is so pure that we tend to use it out of context because it will be difficult to love someone. And love is sacrifice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you truly love someone, you're not going to harm them because it's like harming yourself as well. So a lot of relationships do not, it's not love, honestly, because what love is not portrayed. You can't see violence in the midst of love, and you can't see love in the midst of violence. So
it's just such a thing.
yeah. So it's not because there was love, or it's because there's something else. There's something else you want to get from that person, and that's why you come together. And when you're not getting it, so cuts you will tend to become violent. So
all right, so let's talk about supportive relationship. What is the best way to paint a picture of a supportive relationship? In every of the context, it could be platonic, could be familiar, all of those. What is a perfect way of painting a picture of a supportive relationship?
So there's this saying that you don't have to believe everything that I do to respect me.
Okay.
And I don't have to, be in alignment to everything that you do to respect you. So respect is very important, and just the awareness that, this is another human being standing in front of me. There's no difference between me and this person, we were created the same way. That's a reason nobody has to be eyes, or 4 ears, or, two heads. And even conjoiners, it's not one person. Yeah. There's a reason we have 2 eyes, one head, one mouth, one nose, is because we are the same. We may not have similar lifestyles, but we are the same.
Sure.
And um, I feel that building upon our character would help us, become better versions of not just ourselves, but extensively, of the society, better version of the society. So, like we were talking about, somebody being in love with someone and causing them harm.
Okay.
It still boils down to lack of, character.
Okay.
So character is missing in our society, and it's not just for the us with cared of spectrum. And it's also very important that there's synergy, so there's so much segregation,
Okay.
and it's like, okay, LGBTQ, but like Daisy and like others, but it's not true.
Okay.
Everybody is the same. It's just like separating albinos, from other people. It doesn't make sense. So the fact that you don't agree with who I choose to love
Okay.
is not a reason for you to hate me or for you to inflict any form of harm on me. I'm just aware I'm not going to hate you for not being where I am.
Okay.
So it's important that everybody learns to respect, each other so that we can have a better society.
All right. So let's talk about emotional violence now, and then I'm going to limit this, or I'm going to shrink it down to workspace. Yeah. We know it is a relationship you go into if you don't understand, or if people that go into workspaces don't understand. You're dedicating, let's say, 5 days of the week to spending time with certain set of persons, and that is a relationship. Yeah. And then we know that a lot of violence might go on in that kind of relationship. So over time, have you been able to spot out, especially emotional, violations and all of these? Have you been able to spot out emotional violations in workspaces that you have probably encountered or heard stories of? And then what are the causes of these, violation against? It could be coworkers, it could be superiors, and all of those things. What are the main causes of this, and how do we eradicate this?
Yes, I have again.
Okay.
I have. I feel like, a lot of the questions are just very direct. And I'm trying as much as I can not to, find myself in the moment where I'm very. Some are trying to be as professional as possible.
All right, let's maintain that.
So yes, and it's also sad that even within the queer community, that these things happen a lot, and yeah, I've been a victim of that, and it's very important that we, as much as we're trying to make the wider society accept who they are and respect us and all that, it's also important that we have the right character. And the right character is not only for LGBTQ persons, it's for everybody, having the right character, having empathy, having the knowledge of who you are, and having the knowledge of the fact that somebody else doesn't have to be like you, or the beliefs that you have, someone else does not have to have it for you to be able to work with them, goes a long way. So if a non-LGBTQI plus person is being violent towards you at work, it's very understandable to an extent. And again, you know that, okay, they lack awareness. But when it is an LGBTQI plus person is doing that to them, then it's on another level. Yeah. And again, I feel that a lot of awareness, has to go out there. So many people in leadership lack a character. That's why we are where we are to stop it. And it looks like so many things, we're building so many things, and nothing is really changing in the background. Yeah, take for instance, on my streets, there are like 2 new churches. But guess what? As the churches are growing, so are the area boys increasing. Young people, and crime, violence, prejudice, everything is increasing. So what's really going on? There has to be, it's time we start to look in the mirror and just know that, okay, something is wrong. And how can we set it right? And I feel like for Nigeria, our problem is not the LGBTQ plus, but our problem is lack of character, and we need to fix it. From the top to, whoever's listening, whatever area, autism, whatever, we need to work on our characters, become better versions of ourselves, to be able to, embrace each other, accept each other, love and respect each other, have a healthy society.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about something that is really important. We know that a lot of persons who are LGBT plus persons have faced violation, have faced ostracization, and this is depriving them of one very important kind of relationship, which is the family relationship that you have. And then this makes them to, after, or not even after, most of the times, they get to choose a family because those family accepts them. Or those persons might not be like family now, might be like several persons who accepts them, and then they call them chosen family. So do you think that chosen family should be a thing? And if it is, why is it necessary? What are the benefits? What are the impacts of chosen families?
So the chosen family doesn't have to be what the society, says. If you ask the child, well, what's a family? You'll hear things like, there's a nuclear family, it's never here. But family goes beyond that. Yeah, family is community. Family is wherever you feel safe, wherever you feel like yourself. That's what family is. And chosen family, for LGBTQ plus person, goes beyond, that close-knitted persons who just accept you. And even there are organizations as well who serve as a family for LGBTQ plus persons. And it's very important to have those supports. There are people, at least that I know, who are queer people but are happily married, and would rather be that way, not because that's ultimately how they want to be or how they choose to be, but because of fear and prejudice and discrimination. They would rather, be happily unhappy. And that's the word. So, chosen family, gives you that support that you desire, and it helps you to know that you can actually be yourself and be a human being, avoid all the stress, and just live life. Yeah, so everyone needs that support. Not even just there are people who are not even LGBTQ plus persons who have chosen family as well. Their family members can decide it's only for different reasons. Yeah, and I'm personally grateful for chosen family because they have given people a voice. Those who have lost their voice have been able to, retrieve their voices. Those who have lost hope on life or wanted to end it all have been able to get some form of revival and, just live life to the fullest. So I'm hoping that we're able to have more support, for especially LGBTQ plus persons, in the area of having people who just accept you for who you are. And I'm also grateful for, organizations who come up with events, where people can actually gather together, network, and to see people who are like you, and it helps you to know that you're not in a different world or some form of mistake and all of that. So support is key. It's very important, and And we're still hoping we could have more support, and more children come.
All right. So we would not outrule the fact that we have these issues reoccurring. We have a lot of violence happening in relationship. It could be any fears or relationship. So what are the positive ways to navigate through these challenges of encountering violence in all of the relationships that we can ever think of? What are the strategies to jump that ship or that pothole?
The first strategy was to stay out of trouble. Period. Be safety conscious. Being safety conscious. You could streamline it to the choices you make as to who you want to be with.
Sure.
You have to start from there. Don't be carried away by the physical attributes. Oh, this is so good, and then you get into the relationship, and then it's from one hell to another, one. So keep yourself safe. Have the mind to discern, who is who, rather, keep yourself safe, because nobody's going to do that for you in the long run, actually.
Sure.
And that's like the highest of the strategies anyway. And then when you find yourself, in that mess, seek help.
Sure.
Run if you can. If you can't run, crawl, whatever you can do, just get yourself out of, that life-threatening situation, and seek for people who can, be there for you. I know that there are allies, there are, numbers you could call, there are people you could reach out to they help you get out of, that situation. So safety. Yeah, so safety first. Safety first. I think every other thing will just come, after. So safety and discernment. Discern who people are. Safety also cuts across the kinds of places that you go to.
Okay.
Especially because we live in Nigeria, and if you are careful in other, well-developed countries, when you're in Nigeria, you should be careful, like double extra carefulness. Yeah.
Check.
So, I don't get carried away. And it's also important that, the LGBTQ plus persons are not just labeled as some brief props, and some whatever it says that, society uses to qualify or quantify them. So, yeah.
All right. So lastly, how about being in a relationship that, yes, you're benefiting from it, or it could be any kind of benefit, or financially or otherwise, but yet you're violated? What do you advise? Do you still stay? Do you run? Do you think that, okay, it's going to get better? And what are the signs that you should look out for, at least to start running?
So, the red flags, that we tend to ignore would also be the reasons we run, and at the front one. So, every human is born with this intuitive mind that we tend to ignore for our selfish reasons. You can see somebody and you just notice that some things are just off. But then there's something, that you want to achieve, and you're like, I must get this. And then you ignore those little things, those little drops of water that eventually become the multi-ocean. So, the greatest advice will still be to, not even engage.
Okay, that's it.
And then, like I always say, when you have finally engaged, then get out of it, because it won't get better.
Okay.
It would only get better if the person perpetrating that against you becomes aware of what they're doing, realizes that it is wrong, and then accepts what they have done, and then talk about it with you and seek for help and whatever kind of amendment that could be done. But if it's not happening, then it will never happen.
Sure.
So the best thing to do is just run. Sonny Nature says the reason I rock I run away is so that I could rock
another day
you know,
with another person.
yeah. It's up.
All right. I'm good. I said that was the last question, but this just came. Yeah. So would it be a challenge that I have experienced violence in my previous relationship, and then because of that, I do not want to go into another relationship whatsoever, and I'm kind of hurting myself. Would I be hurting myself, or I'm doing the right thing at that time? Would you advise that, okay, because I've been into this, then I should lock up, strike?
So we all need each other. We all need each other, irrespective of our age, our sexual orientation, our background, our ethnicity, whatever it is. We all need each other. There's a reason we coexist.
Okay.
Well, it's because our differences are the strength that we have.
Yeah.
And if somebody has maltreated you, it's important to get away from it. But it's also important to seek to be in the midst of people who value. So isolating yourself is definitely not going to help matters. And it could even actually make matters worse. It could lead to suicide, because then you start feeling like you're worthless. You start to feel like, okay, nobody wants to. I don't even want anybody. Then we just end it. So what's the point? And that way you're actually missing out on the beauty of humanity. Humanity is so beautiful. And I wish that we could all open our eyes to seeing the beauty of humanity. The diversity is the beauty in it. And it would be very lovely to see people embrace that, diversity where we can all respect each other. Nobody's hurting the other parts, So I personally wouldn't. I have been there, and it wasn't a good play. Okay. So, and the moment I step out of it, I'm like, oh, I see the lights, And yes, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So don't stop. You just keep moving. Keep trying, and knowing that when you try, you could fail, but just keep at it and learning as well. It's also a process for learning. So those negative experiences are also a way of building us. They help us know what to look out for, and so at the long run, just helps us to become better and to attract better people as well.
Thank you very much, Fransez. It's been lovely. And yes, I have learned a lot that we should be human, first off, and then to not think that because you've had a bad experience, then you should isolate yourself. You only be doing harm to yourself. And so we have chances to make our lives better. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I'm sure our listeners have also learned a lot from this. We would like to hear your insight as to everything that you've learned, and I'm sure that you would also share this to your network. So please follow us. Kindly check the comment or the caption session and follow every of our social media for more updates. And remember to subscribe. We'll be here next time on Full Spectrum Podcast, and I remain the Q Voice. See you.